Before I got into the picks this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about some things going around the NFL that I think are interesting and deserve a little more attention paid to them. First, this year's rookie class. I think this deserves its own separate mention because I want more people to be aware of this whirlwind of a rookie class that we have right now. You're talking about at least 40, arguably 50 rookies this year in the NFL contributing now, not 3 years down the road like Roddy White, not 2 years down the road, nothing like that. Right now, they're contributing right now, and that's rare. For instance, the quarterback position, traditionally a position where rookies sat on the bench or came in spot duty or didn't play the full season. This year we got 2 rookie quarterbacks set to not only take all 16 starts for their team, but to play reasonably well. And even if they do go through a hard stretch, they'll probably still continue to start for their teams, Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco. And that in and of itself is rare. So you got the quarterback position. Running back is usually a position where rookies do manage to excel. But this year, got Matt Forte, who, believe it or not, is on pace for just under 2,000 total offensive yards, 8 touchdowns, and 50 catches. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But keep it in mind, because he's putting up great numbers so far, and some people aren't noticing. Chris Johnson, probably the Rookie of the Year. McFadden, Slayton, Rice, Hightower, Jonathan Stewart, Felix Jones. We got like 8 or 9 rookie running backs that are making instant contributions. Receiver, I think, deserves talking about as well, because I think in the history of the NFL, we've only had like 5 rookie receivers get 1,000 yards in their rookie year. Terry Glenn, Joey Galloway, Randy Moss, some other guys. This year, we might have 2. Eddie Royal and Deshaun Jackson. So that's really good. I mean, that's pretty stunning. The list just goes on. You got a bunch of players who are contributing defensively, like Chris Long, Lawrence Jackson, Jared Mayo, Keith Rivers, Curtis Lofton, Brandon Flowers, Brandon Carr, Tracy Porter, Glenn Dorsey. Let's see, what else is there? Chris Horton, probably the Defensive Rookie of the Year so far. If he keeps this up, that'll be him. Leotis McKelvin is actually making some plays. Just a really great rookie class. I could go on and on. Cedric Ellis, Kenny Phillips, Martellus Bennett, Jacob Hester. All the offensive linemen. There are maybe even 50 rookies who are going to make contributions this year. So just keep an eye on it, and just keep it in mind that you could be watching one of the greatest rookie classes of all time. Just keep it in mind. Second, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm fine with it being a bad team. Teams are going to be bad. Teams are going to lose Teams are going to lose 10+ games in a season. Teams are going to be bad over long stretches. The Cowboys were bad once. The Packers were bad once. The Steelers were bad at one point. The 49ers have been bad for the last 5 years up to this point. Every team goes through bad phases. It happens. But the Bengals have just hit the point where they're a complete embarrassment to the league. And, it's not about being bad. In case you guys don't know, the Bengals the last few days signed Cedric Benson to a contract. And why? Why? That's really all I can think about to say. He's not good. He proved that much in his career. He's got legal issues, and you already have enough of those in Cincinnati. You already have enough of those problems. He's not any better than Kenny Watson or any of the other running backs you have back there. What's the advantage? What's the reason why you would sign Cedric Benson? I don't get it, and it's just getting to the point where I'm actually almost angry at the Bengals. And it's no offense to their fans or anything like that. This isn't me just talking about how bad the Bengals are. This is just the Chris Henry signing after they cut him and preached on and on about how they needed to start thinking about character when they were picking their players. And then they re-signed him. That was bad enough, but it's just gotten to the point where you scratch your head and wonder what's going on there. So it's just they're becoming a joke on levels beyond just winning and losing games. Losing games is fun. Like I said, teams are going to go through those phases. Some of them longer than others, but it's more than that. I just had to go on a little rant there. Lastly, a lot of NFL fans are kind of freaking out a little bit, making a big deal out of the Cowboys losing to the Redskins, the Colts starting 1-2, this and that. I just want to say that calm down, everybody. We're in week 5, and I know that sounds like a bit of a cliche, but the truth is, teams do not keep it going for 4 or 5 straight months. The only team that might have in NFL history was the 1972 Miami Dolphins, so that's 1 out of how many tries? It doesn't matter. So the question is not whether or not you're going to fall off at some point, but when are you going to fall off? Look at a team like the Giants last year. They started bad. Near the middle of the end of the regular season, they were bad too. And then they got hot during the other times, the beginning to the middle of the season, and the end. The Colts in 2006. They got cold at the end and then heated up just in time for the end, where they put together that good playoff run. So what I'm trying to say is, these teams that look great so far, like Tennessee, like Buffalo, New York, whoever else is looking good, you don't have to worry about them being like this for the next 4 or 5 months. They'll slow down. The question is, when is it going to be? So don't crown everybody so fast. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I see people crowning teams, but you just got to remember, these teams, they're going to slow down. Maybe the Cowboys are slowing down right now. I mean, so far this season, the Cowboys have not played up to the standard that many Cowboys fans hold them to, and maybe that's just the Cowboys fans thinking a little too much of their team, whatever, but maybe they're starting a little slow. Hey, maybe they'll even lose tomorrow. I seriously doubt it, but maybe they could lose the next 3 of 4 or 3 of 5 or 4 of 6 games and then get hot at the rest of the season. You just don't know, and don't crown any asses just yet, is to paraphrase Dennis Green. Do not crown their ass quite yet. We just don't know enough, so slow down with the anointing oil. All these teams that look good, they're going to slow down at some point. The only question is it going to be at the regular season or in the postseason? Teams cannot go pedal to the metal for 4 or 5 straight months, not even last year's Patriots. It's just not something you can count on. So those are just some things in the NFL I found interesting. I wanted to take some time to talk about. Now that I've said that, I'm going to make my picks for this week.